Talking about another point guard who was traded in this past offseason, we're talking about Chris Paul, who he was traded for Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, and there's 3 first-round picks to the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul right now is averaging 16 points a game, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, shooting 37% from the 3-point line. The thing with Chris Paul is like it's just being stated so much at this point. Like there's nothing else you can really say except for the Chris Paul effect, right? We know exactly what this dude is. He transformed a fringe playoff team to a quote unquote contender. The Phoenix Suns are currently the second seed in the Western Conference. And that's not some fluky, record. They've consistently beaten good teams over and over again. Chris Paul, his numbers may be down, but it undersells his value for the team. There's a reason why he was the first voted All-Star from Phoenix, right? Devin Booker didn't get into the All-Star game initially. The coaches gave that to Chris Paul. And I think a majority of fans would give that to Chris Paul before Devin Booker because he is the driving force of that team. He's able to set up the offense. He's able to get guys in their spots. And he's still a very good defender for his age.
He's 36.
Yeah, he's 36, man. He's still a very good defender. And again, he just brings that veteran presence to the team. There's a reason why wherever he's gone, the team has gone marginally better. And the Phoenix Suns having him in the lineup is no exception, especially when you look at his clutch time performance, similar to last year, right? He's one of the clutchest players in the NBA. He's arguably the best mid-range player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Right? Chris Paul gets it done in the clutch. And when you have a young team, you need a veteran presence who can do that for you consistently and help show Devin Booker the ropes, which he's already improved significantly because of a guy like Chris Paul. So Chris Paul, for example, like, again, the offense has an 8.1 offensive rating with him on the court and a 5.2 rating without him. Again, not huge, like, different numbers, but the eye test matters, right?
Yeah.
And, again, Chris Paul has been great. Not to mention the fact that, Phoenix as a team has also gone better, which points to the fact that, why they've been so good as a team.
I think what you mentioned was about the eye test is the biggest thing to look at when it comes to Chris Paul and his impact. Like, the Phoenix Suns are playing like a completely different team than last year. Now, last year, obviously, the bubble was an exception. They played fantastic in the bubble. But you can tell they were a younger team last year. They were making a lot of dumb mistakes, a lot of turnovers, and there was honestly a lot of pressure on Devin Booker to be the guy. I mean, like, he's been in this position where, he can score a lot of points. He has a 72-point game under his belt, but he has no wins, not many All-Star appearances to show for it. But now you get a guy in Chris Paul, who, by the way, you didn't really have to give up much of anything to get Chris Paul, which is pretty fantastic move.
Yeah.
By James Jones in his front office. But
especially with Robert Sarver.
There. How'd you even pull this off? But regardless, you traded for Chris Paul. You didn't have to give up much of him, but now you can see what he does for you. He takes the playmaking responsibility away from Devin Booker. Devin Booker can just do what he does best, which is score the basketball and be efficient doing that. But then on top of that, he brings the leadership, like you said. He brings the closing mentality, and he also, I think, takes a lot of pressure off this young team because of the fact that he was able to calm them down. He's able to, make sure that they'll be able to show up in moments, and put them in positions to succeed. We saw this in Oklahoma City last year. Chris Paul took a team that wasn't even supposed to be winning and took him to the playoffs. Like, wherever Chris Paul goes, winning follows him, and I think there's no exception with the Phoenix Suns, man. Like, they're playing good ball right now. Now, do I think they're going to be able to win a championship? No. But I think they're definitely going to be a playoff team, and they're going to be a tough out because any team Chris Paul plays for has a chance because the Chris Paul effect is real, man. It's real.
Yeah, they're definitely a very good team. They're a very well balanced team too, and credit to the youngsters too. They've been playing very well. Particularly, Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson.
I really like Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, they've been really good. So Phoenix is definitely really good as a team, and Chris Paul has a lot to do with that.